huddles, and we obviously mentioned, or we talked a fair bit about this game here in the lead up to our in the lead up of our preview show as well. It's sixth versus first, but Eltham are a side certainly on the rise, and they'll be looking for another good showing now. I think Macleod's probably the obvious fancy in this game here, but you certainly wouldn't put it past Eltham. And having talked now to Mario Bandera as well, you can certainly sense that Eltham is confident, not just today, but in any game they're playing in 2015. They're really looking to give Macleod a run for their money today.
Well, last year we looked at the Eltham side, and they probably only had, the 3 or 4 players regularly playing each week that were at that elite level compared to the rest of the competition. Now you could say they've probably got, close to 8 or 9 players in this regular lineup that are as good as any top 9 in any team in the comp. It's just sometimes they can fall away in the bottom half of their team, but at the top end, it's really all class. They've got some really great players in that top end. We've spoken about Chris Radis plenty of times, but Josh Merkel, the co-captain, Braden Taglieri, the other co-captain, they've been fantastic. Billy Glasgow, the young fella in the midfield, he's just outstanding also. They've got a lot of great role players as well. Lockie Richardson, he's 35 years old, but he's playing footy like a 21-year-old. He's one of the smartest players in the side. Tommy Rogers, he's had another really good start of the year. Anton Woods and Steve Wachowski have come down from VFL level. So they've just added some really nice pieces to a side that wasn't fully complete last year. And now you give them a chance in every game they play.
So the teams are heading out into their positions for the start of this game here at Eltham Central Park. It is Eltham, the Panthers, taking on Macleod. The tabletop in Macleod 3-1 with a very healthy percentage at the moment in this point of the season. Eltham 2-2, but have been very good in the last couple of weeks, and probably could have had a win last week if they didn't have a bit of a failure in readiness. At the start of this game, round 5, Division 1 action from Eltham Central Park, and we are underway from the middle. It's Williamson doing the ruck work early on, and he gets the clearance for Eltham, heading to the left of the grandstand side of the ground. Up towards centre half forward, Eltham kick off the ground inside the forward 50. Chasing after this one is Bailey Taglieri. Just behind him is Merkel, and Merkel sees it over the boundary line, and we'll have our first stoppage of the day. Right on the 50, left half forward for the Panthers, just inside the forward 50.
So here we go, as John said, ball at left half forward here for Eltham. Thrown in by the umpire. Going up and doing the ruck work is Billy Glasgow. Won it down to the path of Caulfield. Johnny Andrew there for Macleod. Wrapped up straight away there. Great tackle there from Caulfield after Andrew attracted the footy. Yet another stoppage here at left half forward. Umpire throws it up once more, and Glasgow goes up again against Sayers on this occasion. Interesting match up there in the ruck. Caulfield taking it, wrapped up straight away. Yet another stoppage. This will be the third one in a row on that left half forward flank here for Eltham.
Nearly a minute gone in this one here, round 5, Eltham v Macleod. Coming in third man up there was Billy Glasgow in the ruck contest. Just inside forward 50, Woods gets a hand to it. Comes out now to another teammate, and Eltham go further inside the forward line. Looking for Chris Radis in the goal square, couldn't take it one-handed. Gathers in the pocket, snapping kick around the body, goes across the face, and will dribble out for a boundary throw. In fact, it's gone out of bounds on the full on the other side of the pocket. So it'll be a Macleod free kick, but it was very ambitious from Chris Radis, looking for his first of the day.
Don't mind that though, he's trying to find a goal in every situation. The way he goes about his footy, James Chris Radis. Early chance there, very tough chance. You wouldn't expect many players to put that away, but he's always half a chance from any position on the ground. Here is Scooter Watt coming up from full-back. He's got Duck Doherty leading on a long lead. Good grab there at left half-back. Now he moves further afield looking for O'Brien and Andrew, but his kick wasn't his best one. It was out of bounds on the full. Now Eltham can reload.
So Eltham will have this one on centre wing, just on the outer side of the ground. Just a bit forward of wing. As the umpire calls for the man in possession of the footy to come back over the mark. So they're about 100 metres, maybe 90 metres out from goal, but one big kick will get them inside forward 50. Instead they decide to go short and sideways. Anton Woods has it. Handballs backwards to a teammate, Wachowski, and now he goes long inside forward 50. Looking at the back there, taking the mark at ground level. Lewis Glasgow kicks towards goal, and there's the opener.
What a great start for Eltham. Macleod have barely had it past the centre circle in their forward half, and Eltham have just been getting plenty of forward entries, and the first goal is put on by Louis Glasgow. What a great start.
Lewis Glasgow gets the opener today for Eltham. And that came from a Macleod mistake, of course. The ball went out of bounds on the full, and then the free kick resulted in Lewis Glasgow gathering inside the forward 50, and he kicked from about 35 metres out directly in front. Not much pressure around him. He comes the first goal scorer of the day, Eltham leading 1 goal straight. Macleod with the score.
Williamson won it down, but straight to Hobbs, who dreams out of the middle of the ground with a big clearance, long to Shane Doherty. Couldn't take the mark. Umpire has blown the whistle. Free kick going against Driscoll. It is there in the forward pocket now. Handball off to Reed in the back pocket here for Eltham. Kick to the advantage of Caulfield. It's going to bounce unkindly for him, but he did well after it sat up for him to just tap it to a teammate. Now a little handball chain. Billy Glasgow back to Caulfield, then a long one into half forward, and Cruceratus has got it. He's got it. This is his first clean chance to goal. A set shot from about 40 metres out, 45-degree angle.
It's probably a bit lucky there, actually, because he pushed his opponent in the side, so lucky that the umpire didn't give a pushing free kick against him, but there was a strong mark in the end from Cruceratus. He was a very good player. He surpassed 100 goals in his career, senior career, last week. And now he lines up for goal 105 in his senior career.
James Cruceratus, here he is, has been a star at the start of the 2015 season. Oh, and he's thumped it way back there that time. He's hammered it home. That is a goal for James Cruceratus, his first of the day, and what a start for Eltham.
So the Panthers are off to a flyer here. They're 2 goals straight, 12. Macleod they've only got inside 50 once, and that was actually a mark paid in the end to it was Gilbert on Doherty. He punched it the first time, was able to grab it second time around, and a good mark taken. But we talked to Mario Bandera in the pre-match. He mentioned the good start to the year Gilbert's had, and the Panthers are off to a flyer after a really slow start last week.
2 goals straight here for Eltham. Macleod yet to score. They've only been inside 50 once, the Roos, but Sayers doing the work out of the midfield from the ruck contest, getting down low, the big man, but it comes out to Rogers instead, who burns Schubert, goes inside forward 50, left foot kick towards goal. Cruceratus in the pocket, takes the mark. Brilliant grab against 2 defenders, James Cruceratus, and he'll line up from the pocket on a very tight angle.
I guess the importance of winning the ball out of the middle. They've been able to do it a couple of times on the fast break, and when you get this man one out his hard to stop his snap, he is missing minus side. So first blemish on the scoreboard. Eltham is 2 goals at 113. Macleod yet to score, and guys, the number 1 side in the league is early on the ropes. They certainly have been off the boil in the first 5 minutes.
Have not been able to get anything going so far, the Kangas. Scooter White, usually a good user of the footy now, has it at full back. He'll be hoping to generate something for them. He goes up the middle in the direction of Sayers, who flies, brought to ground. Yarwood will be the first there. He picked it up in congestion, but he was wrapped up. There's going to be a stoppage at centre half forward here for the Eltham Panthers. The umpire to throw it up, dangerous spot. Man lurking out in space is Bailey Taglieri. It's not going to come to him. Painter's going to be the first one with hands on it, and he gets the clearance. He's nice and tough in tight, and he's able to squeeze one up through the middle of the ground. Andrew with a bit of physicality, laid a bump on a man, and then Woods, and now Reed gets a high up and under ball after the ball was hand passed to him. Oh, great courageous mark there at centre half back there by Scooter White, and now he can clear towards the left wing here for Macleod, and he hits Schubert.
Schubert takes the mark on centre wing. It was great work from Scooter White at centre half back, the small man. Schubert goes up the line and misses Duck Doherty. That one's gone out of bounds on the full again. Second time they've done that on that side of the ground. Now here goes Richardson, gets around one on the left boot, kicks up towards centre half forward. Just a bit heavy for Taglieri. Glasgow wants to come in on the side. He gets down low now. Billy Glasgow got a kick away, but he was under a lot of pressure. Scooter White coming through now. They mop up in defence. Macleod, a big handball out wide. They just want to clear it here, but they're dilly-dallying around. A big kick across the face of goal. Finds a man in Bianchin, and now he hands off to Scooter White again. Up towards centre wing. This time it doesn't go out of bounds on the full, luckily for the Roos. Duck Doherty out there, paddles it to himself, kicks it to himself, soccers along the ground, up towards half forward, but that one just trickled over the boundary line.
1 on 3 did well there. It could have been held up there on the wing, but Doherty got another 30 metres for Macleod. So 2-1-13 Eltham, leading Macleod, zip, zip, zip. At the moment here, early stages here in this first quarter. And it is Williamson who gets a bit of a deft tap down, but only as far as Sayers, and a handball out in the space for Paddy Martin. He goes long towards the goals. Is it going to get there? No, it's going to sit up for Shane Doherty. He brought it to ground for Brandt. Now Brandt's got to work really hard here to get it back to his teammate Doherty. He had to apply some pressure. Doherty ground level couldn't quite. Now coming out of defence, here they go, Eltham. High ball up towards the half-back flank. Yarwood made a contest. Now O'Brien gave to Johnny Andrews. Going to run to 35 and go bang. That'll get the distance, and it'll have the accuracy too. Goal to Johnny Andrew. Macleod have come back here after conceding the first 2.
It was good work initially from Eamon Gilbert in defence, and he tried his hardest to try and get it out there, but it ended up falling to John Andrew, who kicked directly in front from 40 metres out. So Macleod get their first goal of the afternoon.
They needed it. They needed something to get them going there, because it was all Eltham before that piece of play.
So 8 minutes gone here in the first quarter. It is 2 goals, 1-13. Macleod just scored their first goal.
Glasgow.
And now Glasgow, centre clearance from the middle, goes up towards the forward line. Cruceratis went for the fly, and the umpire said he did bring it down, and so he'll have a shot at goal. What a fast start that was.
So balanced in the air, isn't he? When he flies for his grabs, he seems to just be so strong in the core. He's able to hold his body position, even if he's getting knocked off by his direct opponent. He's able to hold his hands up there and reel in the grabs more often than not.
Barely 30 seconds after Macleod scored their first goal of the day, Eltham are ready to respond through James Cruceratis, so we know how clinical he is from the set shot. He's 1 goal today, and the leading goal scorer for Eltham over the past 2 years, and very certainly the leading goal scorer as well this season. That kick was just offline, bent back, and it's through. He scored that one. It started right, but it bent back at the last moment. And James Cruceratis has his second goal of the afternoon.
It's been a pretty impressive start here from Eltham. Just continued to pepper the ball into their forward half, and Macleod have really struggled to get it out of there. I think the intensity from Macleod's been a little bit down here in these opening moments. We saw them in the match of the day against Greensboro in round 2, and they were absolutely outstanding with their pressure and their intensity at the ball. They need to lift a little bit here. Oh, Painter copped a big one there. And he's feeling a little bit worse for wear from DePaolo. He gave a handball off to Glasgow, went long to Cruceratis, ball came to ground level. O'Brien going in hard. Now Taglieri with a hooking kick to Cruceratis again. And he's going to go for his third here in a couple of minutes. And what a start to the game this would be for the Panthers. Cruceratis is looking for his third here. And what a dangerous player he is.
This is rare form. Oh, this is rare form from Cruceratis. Another mark inside 50, another shot at goal.
So in he comes now, Cruceratis, for a third goal here. Early stages in the first quarter, and he caresses it home.
No.
Oh no, he's pushed it out to the right. Would you believe it? The easiest shot he's had all day so far, and he's pushed it out to the right. One behind, a bit of a let-off.
Just behind there for Cruceratis as Macleod now rebound out from defence. It's the running, leaping, bounding Henkel who handballs over the top. The handball is intercepted though, and now Caulfield's going to go the other way. Eltham bomb it long inside forward 50. Of course, Cruceratis is the target, but Bailey Taglieri is there first. At the back there, Bianchin does well to mop up. Hands off to Scooter White, drops it under a bit of pressure, but surely caught higher than he was by Bailey Taglieri. So White plays on straight away, gets on the left and goes out wide and finds Bianchin, who's run into by Caulfield. In fact, it was Richardson who's moved up from half back, and there'll be a ball up 35 metres out from Eltham's goal. Richardson goes third man up against Kane Shaw. Scooter White out of the pack there, handballs up to a teammate who shrugs one and gets it off, but it's been intercepted. And now Eltham inside 50. The kick was smothered. They might get a second chance here. Macleod doing well under pressure. A little handball forward to Long. Dances around one. Handballs off to Kidd. Kidd brought down in a tackle to Caulfield. Just got his hands away. Plenty of players coming in now from Eltham. The pressure is up on half forward. The umpire says, give it to me. We'll have a bit of a rest and restart right on the corner of the centre square at right half forward for the Panthers.
Good to see Painter's recovered after that knock from DePaolo. He's a hard nut inside Painter. Ball comes down to Glasgow. He gave it to Merkel, the co-captain. He lays out the other co-captain. Taglieri's got it in the right forward pocket, and Eltham will have another shot.
So they're off to a fly here, the Panthers. 3-2, 20 Macleod, 1 goal straight, 6. And they're doing all the attacking here. Cruceratis 2 already, could have had 3, and a chance here to jump to a 20-point advantage in the early stages of this encounter. The Panthers are playing some champagne footy, guys.
They've been sensational here in these opening moments, and the leaders have really stepped up in the middle of the ground. Glasgow has been sensational. Braden Taglieri, Merkel's just getting involved as well. Cruceratis, we mentioned plenty of times, he's just getting on the end of everything, but on this occasion it is Taglieri who's got on the end of this one from Merkel. His kick isn't going to be straight. It's actually going to be well wide out to the left and smashing into the behind post, out of bounds on the full in the left back pocket.
Opportunity goes biggie. We'll quickly go around the ground. Of course, plenty of big games in action today. Montmorency's 2 goals straight, 12. So too West Preston Lakeside and Northcote Park 1-5-11. Well, plenty yet to score. Eltham's going to go forward again here.
They can't get it past half back, Macleod.
That was a brilliant mark overhead from Darcy Valance, who goes right back inside forward 50 to the goal line. Cruceratis! Oh, James Cruceratis, another mark inside 50.
I thought the ball was just going to drop short for him, but he seemed to have the go-go gadget arms and just extend him an extra couple of inches where he needed them to.
And that was a perfect description as well. It was the go-go gadget arms. The ball was about a metre or two out to his right, and he still managed to reach out and grab it. Fantastic mark from James Cruceratis. Now he's going to line up for his third goal of the day, and it's only the first quarter. Right foot kick on the way, starts right, bends back.
Gun barrel straight.
That's beautiful. Chris Aradis has his third.
Chris Aradis has 3. Eltham's kicked 4. They're 4 goals to 26. Macleod 1 goal straight. 6 boys. The Panthers playing some great footy, and for mine, it's all coming out of winning that midfield battle, but also they've just built the ball across half forward, and Macleod can't penetrate.
Yeah, it's been the pressure is right up from Macleod, and it's exactly right. They're just pushing players forward. The halfbacks are getting up into the midfield and across half forward, and it's hard for Macleod to try and get outside of defensive 50. They might have a centre clearance here. Andrew hands off to a teammate. Grant takes a mark. 70 metres out from goal on half forward. Goes inside the forward 50. Saves it for the lead. Couldn't bring it down. Cops a bit of a knock.
He was proppy, wasn't he, afterwards?
Yeah.
That was coming in, of course, from Kowski, who got across and spoiled that ball out of bounds. Throw in. 50 out from the Macleod goal. They desperately need one against the run of play, Tom. They're trailing here 6-26.
Boundary umpire throws it over his head to Sayers and DePello. Sayers on it down only as far as tackling the area, who swung one out towards the wing, and the ball will beat the 2 players on the wing charging after. It's going to go out of bounds. Boundary throw in. Close to the Eltham interchange gates.
Inside 50 entry there for Macleod, and they couldn't really do much with it. They have a throw in now on centre wing, near side of the ground. 14.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Macleod have possession of the ball through Hobbs, who can't really control it. A lot of pressure applied there again by the Eltham players. Rogers that time. And Grant sees that one over the boundary line, and they'll have a throw in right where the 50 meets the boundary line here at right half forward, directly in front of our commentary position. Macleod's forward half of the ground. Thrown in by the umpire. Long doing the right work against DePaulo. Big fist forward from Grant. Didn't really go that far. He gets onto it here. Grant is tripped there by Caulfield. And a bit of after there from Caulfield. He just needs to leave his man alone, but Grant will have the free kick.
You don't mind the first free kick there, but if you had to give it 50, you'd be really disappointed if you're part of the Eltham coaching staff. They've worked so hard to get this lead. You don't want to give Macleod any cheap ones. And this one here, a really tough kick for Reid Brand. He goes at just about a goal a game. A really handy forward, but just to take his best effort from just inside 50, hemmed up close towards the boundary line.
One of their more impressive youngsters, Reid Brand, was 18 years of age, but his kick was smothered by the man on the mark, Caulfield. And it's not going right. It's not going right today for Macleod, and that one's gone out of bounds.
And there's some confusion now with the interchange as well. Bianchin's come off for Macleod, and they didn't have a ready replacement as O'Brien now comes on. So just lacking a bit of cohesion early in this game, Macleod.
Thrown in the forward pocket. Sayers didn't even jump for that ruck contest. We'll have a look if he's alright. Still propping around a little bit, but Eltham on the end of it. Oh, great scoop there from Rogers, and now he's away from the middle of the ground. The wheels on Rogers go around and around, but he can't get the handball away. Glasgow comes through. They go inside forward 50 again. A shot at goal. A flying shot at goal, and it is through.
Josh Merkel, that one wasn't. Well, Tommy Rogers just ran into a brick wall that was Kane Shaw. He kicked it. The ball was smothered by Shaw, and he also got Rogers on the way through. Nothing untoward at all. He just put his body in the way, but fortunately for Rogers, the ball ricocheted into the path of Merkel, and Merkel from 55 went bang, and Chris Aradis probably read it best off the boot as well, but he knew it was sailing through for another goal. And Eltham have kicked 5 of the first 6 goals. They're 5 goals to 32. Macleod in all sorts. They're 1 goal straight 6.
Mario Bandera was upbeat about his team in the pre-match, and why wouldn't he be after what they're showing here in the first quarter? It's been a sensational start. DePello wins another one down at ground level. Long after it, he's wrapped up by Tagliario. We'll have another stoppage. But they have just been magnificent. And Macleod need to realise that Eltham's got a pretty strong midfield inside. They need to step up in these centre square stoppages. This time going hard is Long. He tapped it down, but it's only as far as Woods, who gets another clearance here for Eltham. Up towards left half forward. Chris Aradis the first to get there. He had his arm held. Umpire didn't see it. Handball back to Louis Glasgow. He doesn't have too much time and space, but he's able to spin around one, but the boundary umpire said out of bounds before he said play on. No, I couldn't quite see what happened now. I think the boundary umpire blew his whistle, and then the play continued. It ended up being a behind there for Eltham.
There was one behind there for Eltham, so they're 5-3-33 to Macleod, just the 1 goal straight. As we enter the 17th minute, the 18th minute rather, of this first quarter.
It's interesting, the boundary umpire put his hand up as if to signal it was going to be out of bounds, but he didn't blow his whistle. He held his whistle to his mouth but didn't blow it.
Interesting, down here on the boundary line. Anyway, on the other side of the ground, there will be a boundary throw-in over there. So right half forward here for the Panthers. Front and centre was Glasgow in that stoppage. The ball hits the deck, just spews out there again. Scooter White has had plenty of it in this first turn. Clears from defence and goes up towards centre wing. Nice body position there on the outer side. That was Reed Brandt again. Handballs inside now to Andrew, who takes it and now flies a kick inside the forward 50. Gilbert getting back. Just left early, couldn't get there first. Sayers in front position to this race. Reed Brandt is there as well. Gilbert did really well though, pushed his man out of the way and now repels from a dangerous position, but misses his man into the lance. Macleod might go back inside. Here's Yarwood on the right, into the pocket, spots Shane Doherty.
Lovely kick, turned up on the boundary line, plenty of pressure as Doherty plays on and makes a meal of it.
Went central and Caulfield just intercepted. There was a poor kick from Shane Doherty. And now Eltham away across half back and Lockie Richardson has it.
Yeah, a bit of composure there, Shane Doherty. He'll learn from that as Richardson goes up to half forward. Ball was spoiled nicely. Going in hard is Paddy Martin, tapping the ball out to O'Brien. He's got Shane Doherty. He's going in hard again to try and help him, but it's going to be wrapped up. Good tackle by the Eltham player. It will be a stoppage at Macleod half forward. Ready to throw it up once more. This occasion will be O'Brien going up against Apello. It was O'Brien with a nice leap and he won it down into the path only as far as Taglieri. Going hard again, O'Brien following up his work. Bottomley got tackled, tried to get it to Kidd, and Kidd laid a tackle and has given away one. Actually, I think it might have been John Andrew, a little bit physical on Anton Woods. So Woods now has the ball at half back here for Eltham. 5 goals, 33 Eltham to Macleod, who sit on top of the ladder, just one straight 6. It's been a great start here from the Panthers. Woods goes out towards wing and half forward, and on the half volley, Glasgow collects it and then runs it over the boundary line. Will be yet another stoppage midway through this first quarter.
Almost into time on here at Eltham Central Park. 5-3 to 1 straight. Ball thrown in on the outer side, centre wing. Again, they get first hands to the ball here, the Panthers. Rogers an inside 50, looking for, I think it's Zito out there. Couldn't take it on cleanly. Gets a bit of help coming in, but Macleod get the troops around the footy and manage to force a stoppage. And there'll be a ball up after all of that. 25 metres out from Eltham's goal, almost directly in front, just a bit wide of centre. Going up there, looks like it was Shaw who got hands to the ball. Taglieri's in there as well, can't grab it. Doing well there, looks like it was Driscoll it was. Thank you, Tom. Handball's out wide now, and they're away here on the outer side. Henkel drives on up towards half forward. Bottomley, he bounces up nice for him. Has to round his man in Zito. Delivers inside forward 50 to Doherty. He couldn't take the mark. At the back of Spoil. They might get it back here though, the Kangaroos. A snapping kick around the body. It's a rainmaker. It goes up and under towards the hot spot. It bounces unkindly from Macleod. Caulfield gets back, gathers, kicks into the pocket. They're away here. Eltham across the back pocket through Zito. And rebounds off defence, and they're away the Panthers.
And out to half back now, but Macleod might get the re-entry after Schubert was the first to track the ball. It gave it back to Scooter White. Had to concede a little bit of ground to get it to him, but he's able to get it further forward. Grub it for Paddy Martin to pick up, but he might have been barreled off the ball by his direct opponents, and the umpire says free kick. Martin goes into the pocket. White was ready for the chip kick over the top, and now he's got it about 50 metres out. Deep on the boundary though, it'd be a tough kick, so he decides to go inside, back to Paddy Martin. Reed Brandt's in the space here wide. If they can get it to him, they try and switch the ball now. Got it back to Painter, and then a high 2 or 3 on 1, almost in the direction of Kane Shaw, but there were 3 Eltham players at ground level. Caulfield barreled through. Here's Hobbs trying to get his hands free. He got it back to a teammate. Now to Chris Long. Long with a high up and under 2 on 1. Oh, but great courageous mark there at the back. James Reed taking a great grab, and he'll get 50 as well for his effort.
That was brilliant from James Reed. What a great mark. He had 2 players sandwiching him and took a fantastic mark. Got battered and bruised in the contest. That was really well done from the youngster. Now he releases and goes up towards half forward. But in front position there was Josh Henkel, so he takes the intercepting mark. And Macleod get possession back. Centering kick to Chris Long at centre half back. He's got Scooter White running around behind for a handball, but decides to go short. Sees Michael Sayers standing inside the centre square. Just a bit defensive of the circles, and there's not much forward, and Macleod are forced to go lateral, which is the perfect situation for Eltham, because they're not making up any ground. Again, they go lateral to Scooter White, standing on the edge of the centre square. Now he goes long, a bit more bravery going forward, but he kicks it straight to an Eltham player, and Eamon Gilbert takes a mark on half back.
Without Lynch and without Langford, Doherty, he's a good player, but he seems to be up against it, having to do it all by himself. He's the only real tall target in the forward half. His brother and Paddy Martin also play that high half forward role, but they don't seem to have that big key target when they look up and they've got the ball on the wing or half back.
I think they're conscious about the midfield as well, because Eltham is so on top in midfield. They haven't got many players inside the forward 50. There's about 2 free men inside the defence for Eltham. So I think they're just trying to stack the midfield, Macleod, because they know how well the Panthers are doing.
We saw Kane Shaw fly for a mark a couple of moments ago. Maybe Daniel O'Brien or him could go forward and help out down there.
Thrown up on the edge of the centre square, centre wing outer side of the ground. O'Brien gets in and under and gets a handball away, and now Macleod go towards left half forward. Duck Doherty tried to kick it off the ground again, couldn't do anything with it though. Getting in there with Zito, he's taking the ground, and then the ball goes out of bounds, and there is a free kick.
Yeah, it's Payne holding the ball there.
So it will be a free kick to Macleod. 55 metres out from goal, left half forward. Plenty of options inside the forward 50, but plenty of Eltham players marking up as well. Decided to go long to the hot spot, but it was a poor kick. Getting in front, taking the mark was the Macleod defender, David Cox. In the back pocket, handball short to Caulfield. A bit of a risky handball, but Caulfield does well to bound away. Takes a bounce, almost skipped away from him, gathered nicely. A right foot kick up towards the wing. Mark taken on the outer side there. Lewis Glasgow. The change gets me. Goes inside towards centre half forward. At the back there, Zito. Handballs off to Woods. Woods now to Rogers. On the left, goes into the pocket looking for Caulfield. The ball was a bit heavy for him, and he's taken over the boundary line, and there'll be a throw-in.
Chance to go around the grounds, guys. And in Division 1, we've got Northcote Park 3-7-25 leading Lowell 22 straight 12. Montmorency 4-2-26 leading West Preston. Lakeside 3 straight 18. Mundura 3-1-19. They trail North Heidelberg 3-2-20.
450 stoppage, deft tap there by Long. He got it to O'Brien, who grabbed one out towards the wing. Picking it up is Anthony Doherty. He goes from direction of bottom. He did well to make a contest against Williamson, but Reid is at ground level here for Eltham. He goes long back inside towards Merkel. He was bumped off it there by O'Brien. Caulfield's going to be the first of the footy. He gets tackled straight away, but freed his arms nicely and got it back to Kusaradas. Handball inside to Evans. He's taken upon straight away, and it might be stopped here. No, nice work here by the Macleod players to get it out of the congestion. Eventually comes to Scooter White at half-back. His left foot kick under pressure is no good. Straight into the arms of the man in Pettigrove here for Eltham. And every time they tried to exit their back, the Eltham pressure's just been intense in their forward half. And now Bailey Taglieri, who got it from Zito, goes long to Kusaradas. He flew over the top, but Glasgow was the man who flew out the back. And he's able to take the mark, 4th man in the queue. Billy Glasgow, great grab. The focus was on Kusaradas, as Mario Bandera said. If you put too much focus on the one man, someone else will get you.
They had enough marking targets inside the forward 50, and really that was an aerial ball, and we know that's short and legged. They're great tall players with long reaches, and they couldn't do anything about that one, which is a bit disappointing from their viewpoint.
Oh, it's a little dodgy off the boot, but it's enough from Billy Glasgow. He's got his first goal of the day, and Eltham have got their 6th. They lead by 33 points late in this first quarter.
Eltham off to an absolute flyer and causing what looks a major upset at the moment, 6-3-39. Macleod 1 goal straight 6 to Panthers with the last 4 goals of this encounter. Around the grounds, Division 2, Hurstbridge trailing Diamond Creek in the early stages there as well. That could be an upset on the cards. 3-2-20 Hurstbridge, Diamond Creek 5-4-34. Lalor is 5-2-32 to Panton Hill 2-1-13. And Mernda 3-3-21 trails Thomastown 4-2-26 as the Panthers go forward again.
Back in the middle, Woods to Glasgow, long to half forward. And it's Louis Glasgow at the foot of this ball, bumped off it by Scooter White and then tackled at ground level. He threw it out. He's going to have a free kick paid against him. He was a little bit cheeky trying to flick it out the back there to Pettigrove, who's in a bit of space, but it's going to be a Macleod free kick at right half back. Scooter White is the man, and he's really held it all together there at half back. He's been involved plenty of times. He's looked pretty undisturbed, unlike a lot of his teammates when they've had the ball. Kick into the middle is a shocker. The switch was really is going to bring them unstuck if they can't be really clean here. Painter swung 360 in the tackle, and he's going to be wrapped up. Great tackle there by Caulfield. And now Eltham with another chance to go inside forward 50, George.
So almost 27 minutes gone in this first term. Eltham lead by 33. Just the 1 goal from Macleod scored in this quarter. Caulfield along inside forward 50, looking for Richardson. At the back there. After 27 minutes of the first quarter, it comes to an end. And I guess it's a bit of a hellish first quarter there for Macleod, comes to an end. At the first break of the game, it is Eltham 6-3-39 to Macleod, 1 goal straight 6. It was all Panthers in that first term at their home ground.
Well, it is, and a major upset on the cards here. We talked in the pre-match about Eltham's improvement, but this has probably taken everyone by surprise just how much of an advantage you're going to take into quarter time. 33 points is Eltham's lead. 6 goals, 339. Macleod, 1 straight 6 around the grounds. Division 1, Northcote Park, 3-7-25. Leading to the NFL match of the day. It is Eltham off to an absolute flyer. 6-3-39. Leading Macleod, 1 straight 6 for Eltham. James Crisarades has 3 goals. 1 each to Lewis Glasgow. And also Billy Glasgow. Josh Merkel has 1 too. And for Macleod, just the 1 goal to John Andrew. But guys, a major turn up on the cards here. Eltham off to a flyer. Macleod, well, they're going to have it talking to now at quarter time, but it's going to be probably a structural change that needs to be made. Eltham just winning all the ball out of the midfield and locking it deep in their forward half. They just can't take a trick at the moment, the Clouds.
Yeah, they just don't have enough contributors at the moment, and yeah, they're getting found out by this Eltham midfield who've been outstanding in the first quarter, and James Crisarades doesn't seem to be looking like he's going to drop any today. The only 2 players I reckon that could really hold their head up high in that first quarter for Macleod, Justin White and Daniel O'Brien, both those players really gave it a crack there in that first term. But other than that, I can't really name one that gave a solid, consistent contribution to Macleod's effort in that first quarter. Whereas you look at the Eltham side of things, and they've probably had 10 or 15 really good performers in that first term. Caulfield was great at fullback. A couple of his spoils were magnificent on Shane Doherty when Macleod were going forward. Anthony DiPaolo in the ruck, Billy Glasgow, Tommy Rogers, Braden Taglieri have been great in the middle of the grid. James Reid, he's been great at the back also, helping out. Chase Caulfield's got involved regularly. Louis Glasgow's been good too, so plenty to like for Eltham, but Macleod just need to get their game going. I haven't seen them lacking intensity like this too much.
Well, exactly right. We will go around the grounds again for those who missed it earlier on. So we've got Northcote Park bunch, but yeah, certainly a lot of catch-up work needed here from Macleod. Certainly more than capable. We know they are the first-ranked side in the competition for a reason, but they have to change it quick, smart, because they can't afford Eltham to get further in front during this second quarter.
Like I was saying during the quarter, they just need to get someone to help out Shane Doherty in that forward half. Maybe Daniel O'Brien or maybe one of the ruckmen, Chris Long and Michael Sayers can go forward, or maybe even push Anthony Doherty a bit deeper. I'm not sure what you do there, but they need to find someone to help him.
You could chuck Kane Trolp in at 450 as well. It's just everything's breaking down when they go inside forward 50. Macleod are getting hands to the footy. They're getting players with possessions, but then what they do with those possessions, they aren't really worth anything. Like Anthony Doherty,
80, 90 metres out there, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Anthony Doherty's had quite a bit of the ball at high half forward, but he hasn't really done much with it. Reid Grant's had a lot of the footy as well, but he's been under a lot of pressure. And then anything going inside forward 50 has just been cut off, because they've only got one proper target up there in Shane Doherty. Sayers has had a bit of time in the forward 50 as well, but there's just nothing really going, and Macleod are getting, Eltham are getting numbers back.
It's been tough for them coming out of the back 50 as well, because the pressure from Eltham's half forward line has just been so immense, and every time they've had to kick, it's been really rushed. Like I was saying, Scooter White and Daniel O'Brien, they were able to be a bit cool and calm when they were under pressure, but no one else seemed to be able to just stay composed when the heat was really on from the Eltham team.
So at quarter time it was 6-3-39, Eltham leading Macleod 1 goal straight. Just the one scoring shot there from Macleod in the first quarter. Reid Grant had a shot at goal which was smothered by the man on the mark, and that's really all that came from Macleod in the first term. Eltham, though, on the other hand, had 9 scoring shots plus 1 that went out in the full as well, so they've had a lot of possession, a lot of shots inside 50. Crisarades on fire, took about 3 or 4 marks inside the forward line. Stick 3 goals so far today, but we are ready for the start of the second term here from Eltham Central Park.
We are underway once again, second quarter action here, and it's Painter. Here we go. Macleod will be loving this if he can do something with the ball. He runs to 50, he goes long towards the goal square, and it's just off line to the right, but that is better signs. Bit of intensity about them at the first stoppage here in the second quarter.
One behind, start off the second term here for Macleod. It's Eltham to do the kicking out work from the defensive 50. Taking a mark in the back pocket, looks like it's Zito on the outer side. Starts to run inboard and kick across the face of goal. Always a risky thing to do that, but he's got a man free on the outer side of the ground, and now they're away. Rebounding out of defensive 50 and kicking up towards centre wing. In front position there, looks like it was Melican who had the handball taken off him, and Eltham have stripped him of the ball. Caulfield inside forward 50, looking for Crisarades, couldn't take the mark.
Here we go.
Gather again, lines up on the right, kicks towards goal. just going to hold up in the breeze, and Daniel O'Brien takes the mark on the line.
Just didn't give that one enough. Probably wanted to just curl it through, caress it through, but probably need to give it a bit more oomph as they come out of half-back now. A big tackle by young Schubert.
That's a good tackle. That's a very good tackle.
He'll be rewarded for it. Now Schubert half-back here for Macleod. Can they get something going? Kick inboard finds Bianchin. Almost, I think. Umpire said it was.
Barely just.
Here's Bianchin. He goes short again. Finds Joel Kidd, but again, just short kicks, not gaining a lot of ground here. Eltham have done well setting up their zone here. Now Chris Long wants it long. No pun intended. He doesn't actually fly for it though. He lets Anton Woods get in and take the mark here for Eltham. And he goes into the middle of the ground. He's got his co-captain, Braden Taglieri. Usually a smart user of the ball. He's got a good 2-on-1 out here with Richardson and Glasgow. He decides to just sidestep his man, not go there. He decides to go long towards Zito, who was able to bring the ball to ground. Tommy Rogers, off hands, handball to Cruceratus. He's got a little bit of time and space to set up a teammate. He goes inboard, back to Zito. He tried to take on the tackle and will be wrapped up and will be holding the ball. Macleod can now go the other way. The umpire had blown time off though, so Painter isn't allowed to play on. He'll have to take it from fullback. It will actually be Scooter White. But it was a good lead-up bit of play there, but Zito trying to take on the tackler wasn't able to do so.
Just a rush of blood to the head for the young 19-year-old player. There's another rush of blood to the head because the Macleod player's been taken down.
You would have thought
centre half back.
Painter would have learned from the tackle he just laid.
Eltham go back inside 50 and Cruceratus on the lead takes a mark. Well, they turn that around really quickly, Eltham. A brilliant tackle on centre half forward. Straight back inside the forward line, and Cruceratus will line up for his fourth shot at goal.
Well. How quickly things can turn. We were just seeing the praises of Macleod and their efforts to turn the ball back over. It's a great tackle by Hamish Painter, but then he got wrapped up himself, and now James Cruceratus with a chance to kick his fourth goal of this first half, and it would be Eltham's seventh, and stretched the lead out a long way, but he's just pulled it over to the left. That's his second behind of the day. 3 goals to James Cruceratus. They're still looking far the better side at the moment. Eltham 40 plays 7. Scooter White goes long from fullback. Oh, and a good mark taken there by Hobbs. He had the front position and he was able to hold off his 2 direct opponents behind him. Now he goes wide to the wing. He's got Yarwood. Yarwood tried to find Doherty, but the kick was a little bit heavy and it came off his hands, and now out for a boundary throw-in. Outer side wing in front of the scoreboard, which reads 6-4-40 Eltham. 1-1-7.
3.5 minutes gone in the second term. Just one behind scored for both teams in the quarter. DePala had front spot on that ruck contest, taps it front and centre, but plenty of Macleod players around the footy. Good intent so far by the Macleod midfielders in this second term, and Painter gets a free kick out of that pack on the right boot. He goes inside the forward 50, looking into the pocket. Front position there was Winkowski, couldn't take the mark. Off hands is Glasgow, ducks a tackle, handballs a bit further forward. Woods off to a teammate. Eltham switch the play to the near side of the ground. Richardson marks just inside defensive 50. He's got players leading out into the open space on the near side. That's where he goes. DePaulo's there. Couldn't take a mark against his opposite number 15 in O'Brien. O'Brien does really well together. Hugs the boundary line with the kick and now goes up forward to half forward. This is Kidd running inside forward 50. Taken to ground by Anton Woods. And a free kick for the Panthers.
It's been some magnificent tackles here in the opening of the second quarter. Oh, but that's a horrible turnover from Woods. Straight to bottom. He played on and got wrapped up as well. The tackling pressure is intense at the moment from both sides. And here's Chase Caulfield going long in the Cruceratus direction. He's held on, and it's going to be advantage, and he's going to run. He'll take a bounce, and he'll hammer it home. Eltham have got 7 goals, and they lead by 39 points.
What a passage of play that was. Tackles galore, and then a long kick inside forward 50 from Chase Caulfield. Cruceratus was held, he got the free kick, played on, and ran into an open goal. That was brilliant football from Eltham, but great football all around from both sides, really. Eltham just got the chocolates.
They had a chance to score there. Bottomley had taken a mark at the 50 and he decided to play on, got wrapped up, and then the coast-to-coast footy from Eltham was fantastic to watch. And now back in the middle after another Cruceratus goal.
Cruceratus 4 goals in 32 minutes of football so far today. Out of the midfield, Eltham again get the clearance through Braden Taglieri. It's going to bounce into the path of Lewis Glasgow. He got taken down in that contest. Shaw mops up, handballs out wide to Henkel. Henkel dodges his man and handballs to Melican. Melican further out wide now to O'Brien. Another boundary hugging kick. Goes up towards the long, couldn't take the mark, it just slipped through his fingers. Braden Taglieri gets it back again for Eltham, but his kick was smothered. Second chance again, dances around one, opens up some space, goes long to the goal square. Cruceratus, was he held on to? No, he wasn't. And that one's just going to do an off-break spin and going through for a behind. Eltham now moved to 7-5-47. Macleod 1-1.
Oh, kick hangs up from Scooter White. Now ground level. Cainshaw's going to have to be good. He got wrapped up by Tommy Rodgers. Now there are Panthers numbers everywhere. Handball into the pocket. Richardson, he does a little bit of weaving. Needs to be calm under pressure. Sets it up for the high flyers. The only one there was the man there in Schubert, in between full and centre half back, but his kick is a little bit of a dodgy one, but Long was clever, just tapped it out to Henkel, and now they've got a little bit of space here on the wing. It is Bottomley who picks it up. He's got Shane Doherty out wide, decides to go further afield to Paddy Martin, over his head, didn't advantage him at all, and now it's going to be Eltham trying to get out of their back half, but before they do that, they'll have to get through another stoppage. Ball is out of bounds. Bukowski took it over the line.
Crucerata's 22 goals going into today, has 4, as Jordan said, in 33 minutes. 7-5-47 the Panthers. Macleod have stunned there, 1-1-7, 40 points of difference here. The ladder leader in all sorts.
Cross right half forward here for the Kangaroos. The ball's just hard up against the boundary line, still in play. The umpire's going to call for it now, and there'll be a stoppage. 40-point lead for the Panthers in the second term.
Just look at the forward structure as well. They just got everyone out of there. I know it's at the other end of the field, but Cruceratus there, the line man inside 50 for Eltham, and Leggett isolated.
Reid does well to gather inside defensive 50 for the Panthers, and handballs over the top, and now there's plenty of run coming out of defence here for the Panthers. They can run right through the corridor. No Macleod players coming to pressure. Handball to the near side. The kick was smothered beautifully there. Looks like it was Bianchin on the near side of the ground. Troops come in now for Macleod. Bottomley's there. A left foot kick up the line, looking for Brand. He couldn't take the mark. Gets it again on the second effort. A big tackle in from the side there from
Providani, and he didn't let the ball get behind him, did he? He kept it in front. He got an unkind bounce, which then got it to the back, but he was really quick to get back to his feet and wrapped up Brandt there. So Providani's had a really good start to this encounter.
Williamson is the long target. Is he going to get there? No, sure will be their first. Oh, he did, but it was the second grabber where he eventually took the mark, and the first grab was before the line. The second grab was after the line. It would have been a screamer.
Nearly ended up over the fence as well after attempting it.
Nearly took himself out, but the umpire to throw it in, the boundary umpire over her head, along to Sayers, and he tapped it down to Driscoll, who bursts away from the stoppage here. Nice work. He attracted the footy and then went long up towards full forward. Out the back, Paddy Martin the first to get there. Good tackle laid by Reid. Pressure put on Gilbert. Martin goes in hard once more, tries to get his arms free. Here is Andrew, maybe pushing the back. Umpire says no, held to him. It will be a stoppage deep inside the Macleod forward 50. Could have been a free kick.
That was a line call, that was. Could have been definitely in the back. Thrown up inside Macleod's forward 50. Painter at the back. Handball's off now to a teammate, Driscoll on the left. Kicks towards the goal square, but getting back there is Caulfield with front position. Lets it run past him and lets it go out for a boundary throw in the pocket.
And that break in play, we're actually really going to have too long a break. The umpires grabbed it quickly. We'll go around the ground shortly.
Throwing in the forward pocket here, forward 50 for Macleod. Thrown in, they've only kicked one goal for the day. Out the back to Shane Doherty, swings a kick towards goal. Hopeful kick goes out to the right, and they add just one more behind to their score.
So minor score there to Shane Doherty. Sees Macleod go to 1-2-8. Eltham 7-5-47 around the grounds. Division 1, Northcote Park. Up against Lower Plenty, Northcote Park 6-7-43 to Lower Plenty 4 straight 24. Montmorency is 6-3-39 leading West Preston Lakeside 4-1-25. Heidelberg 6-2-38 leading Greensborough 4-1-25, and Bundoora is 5-6-36 leading North Heidelberg 4-3-27. As we still wait for that ball to come back from over the cricket nets, it lets us go into Division 2 where the Fitzroy Stars are 2-5-17 trailing Whittlesea 3-3-21, Mernda 4-3-27 trails Thomastown 6-6-42, Laylaw 6-3-39 leads Panton Hill 5-2-32, and Hurstbridge 3-5-23 trailing Diamond Creek 7-7-49 as the ball now comes back into play.
Daniel Caulfield long in the direction of Glasgow, and Williamson. Glasgow taken out of it. Williamson brought it down. Now off hands it is Kidd who swings it round to Doherty. Shane Doherty's got another mark. He's getting involved now. Just needs to convert some of these opportunities, and maybe Macleod can get back into the contest.
Slowly getting himself into the game, Shane Doherty. He's going to line up for a shot at goal here. A kick from about 50. It starts right. It comes back straight. Oh, it's a brilliant kick from Shane Doherty. It's a goal. Have their second.
Well, didn't they need that one? And Shane Doherty took it upon himself. He took the responsibility after taking the mark, and then from outside 50 unloaded a big long drop punt, and Macleod now has its second goal, 2-2-14. Eltham 7-5-47. It'd been 5 unanswered goals to Eltham in between Macleod's goals, and Well, there's still plenty of time to come back in this encounter, but it's a long way back for the Clouders as they look to get their 4th win of 2015. They trail here by 33 points at the 10-minute mark of the second quarter.
It wasn't since the 7-minute mark of the first quarter that Macleod kicked their last goal, so it's taken about 40 minutes of football.
Williamson down to Cox. He can't pick it up. He was brushed off it by Hobbs. Going in again, he says, at ground level, only as far as Caulfield. And he tumbles one up towards half forward. O'Brien will be the first one to get hands to it. But it's Richardson bursting away. Gave it to Woods. Woods on the right foot. Eltham goal. They've got 8.
Well, it was made a push in the back anyway, and the umpire obviously giving the advantage as the ball went straight through the middle. But that one really kills Macleod, doesn't it? They've worked so hard to get their second goal, and from the very next break, from the centre clearance, Eltham converts straight away. So Woods kicks one. I guess every time a captain gets one, it's the old captain's goal, and at a great time for Eltham. That one just hurts Macleod mentally more than anything else, as the scoreboard now reads Eltham 8-5-53, Macleod 2-2-14, and we go around the grounds into Division 3, and we've got Watsonia leading Heidelberg West 30-21, Reservoirs 38 to Banyule 25, and St Mary's 28 leads South Marine 2.
Instant reply is not what the Roos wanted, and here they go again. Eltham through Glasgow and Taglieri. High one up to Merkel. Second grabber got it. Umpire said no, he's got to get rid of it, and then it was held to him. He thought he had it, Josh Merkel, but the umpire said no. There was a 50 in there from your direct opponent. Ball at half forward, 35 to 40 metres out here from the Eltham goal, tapped off, it's great, Taglieri picks it up, snaps around the corner and kicks another goal!
Well, it's consecutive captain's goals in the space of 1 minute at Eltham. Well, they extend further in front. It's a game-high lead now, 45 points the difference. Eltham, 9 goals, 5-59. Macleod, 2 goals, 2-14, and the captains, well, the goal either side of that minute there. First, Woods streaming through to the open goal, and on the second one, it's Taglieri snapping. And I'll probably stepped over the mark as Woods not being the co-captain. I've got the mistake there, of course. It's Josh Merkel and Braden Taglieri, so I got it the second time around. But the 2 new recruits, and Woods, well, he was a bit proppy after that first goal. He got driven into the ground, but he seems to be running freely now as he's sitting inside deep inside forward 50 for the Panthers.
Restart from the middle, the 2 number 18s doing the ruck battle. Williamson had the tap, but it goes down to Macleod. Hooking left foot kick around the body inside the forward line. Just comes out the way of Martin, paddles it to a teammate. A hooking kick around the body, going towards goal, in the goal square. White can't take the mark. Front and centre, Reed Brandt lines up and kicks another goal.
Well, it's raining goals here at Eltham Central Park. Was that Brandt or was it Martin who put the ball through in the end?
It was Reed Brandt.
It was Brandt, so put it down for Brandt, and he's kicked Macleod's 3rd. And we've seen 4 goals in the space of 3 minutes here. Macleod moves to 3 goals, 2-20. Eltham 9-5-59, and it's champagne footy to some extent. Just win the ball from the centre clearance, get it forward, and the forwards are doing the rest.
It's been magnificent midfield battle. Both sides we know have sensational on-ball divisions, and it's been shown so far today. Eltham coming up trumps at the moment, but Macleod have just kicked the last goal, and here they go again, forward through Scooter White, up towards Duck Doherty, couldn't take it, well paddled there by Witkowski, got it to Caulfield short to Glasgow handball off, and now long ball up towards Cruceratus. Can he hold his position in the air? No, brought it to ground here for Glasgow, couldn't pick it up, Schubert gave it to O'Brien out wide, and Henkel takes a nice relieving mark here for Macleod. Not a lot moving further afield for him. He does decide to go back to O'Brien, who's run really hard. He's been one of their best players in this first half, Daniel O'Brien. He and Scooter White have worked tirelessly to try and reverse the trend. Now up to half forward, Andrew couldn't bring it down. Here's Evans, gave to Caulfield. Caulfield tried to sidestep, needs to give it off now, he does. And they are working their way through with Witkowski. He takes a bounce through the middle of the ground. He gets a shepherd from Taglieri. Witkowski is a tumbler. Probably could have been a better kick inside forward 50. Now a high ball, tough together. Great clash there from Leggett and Richardson. Now ground level. Merkel, we know he doesn't need too much of a chance to kick a goal. He just swings a high, tumbling sort of floater through the air. Tries to get the full forward for Billy Glasgow. He's 3-on-1. He's going to have to do something special. Caulfield later tackle. Cruceratus tried to break his way through. Louis Glasgow going in hard. He's wrapped up. His game's on now. Macleod have sensed that it is crunch time for them. At ground level going in hard. Billy Glasgow once more trying to stand up in the tackle. The umpire says it's held to him. There's going to be a stoppage deep in the right forward pocket.
Great passage of play, but how about Billy Glasgow there to a 3-on-1 nullify the football, and it nearly turned into a turnover goal because the Macleod handball went straight to Cruceratus. He was tackled straight away, but a great chain of footy there as Williamson now from the ruck contest, snap around the body, 1-on-1 in the goal square. Cruceratus couldn't take the mark. Coming through, a chance, Cox to Cruceratus. Can he kick a 5th? Yes, he can. Oh, in fact, no, he can't. The crowd celebrating a bit early there. It was a minor score there for Cruciatus, snapping from a really tight angle while on the goal line from inside the behinds, and a minor score there for Cruciatus. So a second blemish for Cruciatus. A third, in fact, is 4-3 in the opening half, and it's Eltham 9-6-60, Macleod 3-2-20, as Daniel O'Brien prepares to bring the ball back into play.
Lead by 40, Eltham. It's edge of your seat stuff now at Eltham Central Park. Really great contest we've got here in the second term. It's just a shame that Macleod let the Eltham Panthers get a big lead in the first quarter. Otherwise, it'd be much tighter here in the second term. Kick out from full-back, finds Kane Shaw at centre half-back. He goes now and flares a kick up towards right half-forward. Lead is taken by Hobbs. He plays on straight away, runs in on 50, was pushed on the kick. It's skewed it into the forward pocket. Plenty of numbers back there, including James Reid, who gathers for the Panthers. Handballs over the top now to Valance. Back inside now for Caulfield, who just stops on the spot, assesses his options, goes over the top. The handball was smothered, and it goes out for a boundary throw-in inside Macleod's forward 50, 45 metres out from their goal, across right half forward.
Some of the chains of play today have been as slick as any ball movement we've seen all year. A couple of times Eltham of half-back with Witkowski and Caulfield getting involved. And in the last couple of minutes, Macleod just starting to work the ball a lot better.
Under 9 minutes remaining here in this second quarter, and it's Painter going in once and going in twice. Second effort, good work by Scooter White to release. Yarwood couldn't take it cleanly. Driscoll wrapped up. Handball to Duck Doherty. He can't get his hands clean either. Now Anton Woods, he gets a handball out to space. Louis Glasgow going in hard, wrapped up by Bottomley, and there will be yet another stoppage at half forward here for Macleod.
The contests inside the 50s have just been so intense in the second term. Thrown up again, right on the 50 metre line here for Macleod. Well, not really coming out there. No clean possession. Now Schubert emerges with it. Handballs over the top, looking for White. White just overruns it, paddles it to a teammate, looking for Hobbs. Hobbs gets it on the right boot, kicking towards goal. Brandt now kicks towards goal and kicks his second.
There was persistence in the end, wasn't it? The Eltham defence, I thought, was pretty good there. A few tackles there, maybe didn't stick as quite as well as they wanted to, but they were forcing the ball out wide. In the end, Hobbs tried to charge through. His kick certainly wasn't directed for Brandt, but it slewed off the side. Ended up where he probably wanted to in the end, and Brandt was able to slot his second in succession as well, and that margin, well, they're just digging into it slowly now. Macleod, 4 goals, 2-26. Eltham, 9 goals, 6-60. And the margin now, boys, it's back into 34 points.
Massive 8 minutes coming up here. If Macleod can just sneak a couple more, they're right back in this contest at half-time. If Eltham can get the next couple, then, well, it's back to where it's been for most of the day. Eltham leading comfortably.
Well, that ball's stuck on the cricket nets out there, so it lets us go around the grounds in Division 1. Northcote Park, 8-7-55, leading Lowell Plenty, 5-1-31. Montmorency, 7-3-45. They trail West Preston Lakeside, 8-1-49. Pretty close in the grand final rematch. Greensboro now kicking with the breeze in the second term, a 5-1-31 to Heidelberg, 6-2-38, and Bandura breaking away slightly from North Heidelberg, 6-9-51 to North Heidelberg, 4-5-29.
Restart of play from the middle. DePaolo got the tap down, but White meets it for Macleod. Can't gather cleanly. Coming in, Caulfield did really well. Just crashed the pack and got possession back for the Panthers, but it was locked in thereafter.
He's been a great addition to the Eltham lineup, Caulfield. I really liked his game in round 1, where he started back, floated forward, kicked a couple, and then today he's been good as well.
He's a tough head over the ball, isn't he?
Yep.
Restart of play just forward of centre here for the Kangaroos. In the bottom of that pack looks like it's Lewis Glasgow, and there'll be a stoppage, so a third in a row. Still inside the centre square.
Just look at that forward structure. You see Lockie Richardson's gone forward now, just trying to force O'Brien wide, not allowing him to go third man up when it gets down to Chris Ravadas. Kane Shaw's been manned pretty tightly there by Merkel as well, who's pushed up, and it just isolates again that matchup with Chris Ravadas on Leggett, which Mario Bandera clearly likes for his side.
Andrew fighting his way through in that big scrum of players inside the centre square. Closer to, yeah, very congested. Closer to Macleod's goal than Eltham's. Now the ball finally comes out. Doherty right to tackle. Skew to kick off the side of the boot. Billy Glasgow meets it. He's met by Hobbs. Hobbs gets it out to White now. White just drops the ball. Handballs off now to a teammate. Macleod stringing some hand passes together on the outer side, but that last one was too heavy, and it goes over for a throw-in.
Not the typical clean Macleod that we've seen in recent times. They haven't been able to just get their hands on the ball as much as they would have liked to, as clean as they would have liked to.
No doubting that. We've got 20 minutes here, and you just feel Eltham would love to obviously take this lead in. They take half-time right now, but Macleod's certainly starting to make their charge. They've kicked the last two, and they've certainly got on top of play in the last 5 minutes.
Painter wins it out of the stoppage, tumbled it towards Doherty. Picking it up is Gilbert. He'll shovel the ball towards the boundary line. It won't be picked up by any players. It will be picked up by the boundary umpire out a wing of the ground, and it will be thrown back in.
And you talk about the congestion of the play. You think that's something that Eltham's trying to drive. They just make it tight for the next 5 minutes. So get to half time. You've got a 6-goal lead, and time certainly becomes the enemy for Macleod going into the second half if the margin stays this way.
Long smothered, came to Caulfield and tagged the area, had a hand in there, paddled it towards the boundary, will be thrown in once more.
So we've gone 21 minutes here in the second quarter. It's Eltham 60 leading Macleod 26. Watsonia in Division 3 is 36 leading Heidelberg West 27. Of course, that one there sees first versus last. Pretty tight affair there. It's actually now gone closer still. Heidelberg West kicking one against the grain.
Long high kick towards centre half forward inside Macleod's forward 50. Martin picks it up, handballs backwards to Doherty. Again, the handball was a bit heavy. Doherty doing some hard work against the boundary line. Eltham with numbers in the contests, and surely this should be picked up by the umpire. It is. And Chase, Caulfield's coming off.
Yeah, just being assisted there by the trainer. Looks to be running okay, but I'm not sure if he caught one there. It looks like he's probably saw through the middle.
Being held, being taken off in the arms of the trainer. The ball back into play. Bottomley's taken in a 2-man tackle, and we'll have another stoppage. 22 minutes gone, San Jose.
And it's Valance who's come on to replace Caulfield. He's certainly sucking in the deep breaths on the sidelines there, coming off from the interchange.
And the stoppage is Glasgow feeding Woods. Woods gave it over to a teammate there in Reid, who goes long up towards Valance in a 1-on-1 with O'Brien. Really strong grab by O'Brien. He didn't have the front position. He was out the back. He was able to take the good mark. He goes along to Paddy Martin, who almost took it in. Couldn't get it. Second bite of the cherry. Going at ground level is Reid Brandt, but wrapped up by James Reid.
So important there by O'Brien, because if the ball hit the deck, it was Eltham with the runners there at ground level as well, not off to the races, but a great mark, and certainly stopped a forward 54 there for the Eltham Football Club.
It's going to be Evans, gave it to Wood, gave it to De Paolo. His kick is a bit of a upwards kick straight into the arms of Bianchin, and he gave it over to O'Brien, who's been just about their best player. He gives it to just about their other best player for Macleod. O'Brien and White have been fighting hard, and now White gets a shot.
And just the beauty of being able to kick both sides of the body there on the right boot there. O'Brien put it out into the space from the Justin White lead, and if he can kick this, well, it gets the margin to, I guess, a manageable 28 points as we get closer and closer to half-time. It would be Macleod's third straight goal if Justin White can kick truly. We know he's a great kick on that left boot, and this one certainly favours him here. If he can aim for that left goal post and then bring it back towards the right, you'd certainly back Justin White from here.
This will get it back under 5 goals, and that would be crucial for Macleod going into the half-time break. Keep them within a realistic chance as Scooter White comes in, puts his left foot through it. He likes it. He gives it the fist pump, and that's because he's put it through.
So Macleod edging closer here. They were really slow out of the blocks, but their last 10 minutes has been really good. They've kicked the last 3 goals of this encounter, and the margin now goes to 28 points. Macleod 5-2-32. Eltham 9 goals, 660 around the grounds, Division 3. Watsonia's 38, leading Heidelberg West 33. South Rank 2-4-16 trails St Mary's 4-5-29, and Reservoir is 7-2-44, leading Banyule 4-8-32.
So Eltham led by a game-high margin of 45 points after 12 minutes in this quarter, but Macleod have almost halved that, kicking 3 straight goals. Out of the midfield, Woods almost had the clearance, but just had it stripped off him in the last moment. Darcy Valance rode a big tackle there, a big bump rather. Sayers now with a handball. Macleod moving forward. Scooter White from 50, loads up and goes out to the right, never coming back, one more behind.
That would have been a big one. Valance there obviously heard the voice at the back of the pack. He was a blind handball. It was on. There was a loose man at the back, but when the turnover came, Sayers just read it, didn't he? And he charged through. It was a dangerous spot to bring the ball into the corridor there. And a lucky let off there for the Panthers, but Macleod charging 5-3-33, Eltham 9-6-60.
Dangerous player, Sayers. He's a real competitor, and he gives a fair bit on the outside too.
And
27 points the margin, Sam.
Good to see Caulfield back up on his feet and ready to come back onto the ground.
Zito goes long up the line looking for Woods. Meeting it there was Richardson. Handballs backwards to Brogadani. Now they work it through Glasgow, and Woods again with a tight kick up the line. Valance marks. Meter inside the boundary line on centre wing, near side of the ground. He's got plenty of players up the line if he wants, and that's where he goes. The most logical option to go to a 2-on-2 contest. Merkel was there, couldn't take it. Shaw did well, lost it, gets it back, lost it again. Woods coming through, has done very well. Handballs off to Glasgow, rode a big bump again. Macleod getting numbers to the contest. Woods again in and under, taken to ground in a big tackle, and there'll be a stoppage.
That intensity certainly lifted there. Kane Shaw, he fumbled a ball, but his second up chase there and tackle was great. And They're really hunting the footy now, and we've certainly got a ball game. Despite the margin being 27 points, it feels a lot closer than what the scoreboard actually says.
Sayers this time out in the space. It was Martin who gave a handball to Hobbs, and he held off his direct opponent to let Andrew in. Andrew's kick around the corner. He's going to be brought back.
Yeah, held off the footy there. I think it was Yarwood.
So the umpire says
It's Hobbs, in fact.
Hobbs has to take this one again on the left wing.
Shane could have been an advantage.
I think that was one of the tactical ones here. I think it was Cox there who laid the tackle, knew he couldn't get the foot. He was trying to prevent that forward 50 entry.
Hobbs to Doherty. Doherty inside, almost to mark there, but Anton Wood's there to chop it off there for Eltham. At ground level now, Sayers working hard, got it back to Doherty, still at ground level here. Can't break free. There'll be a stoppage at half forward once again for Macleod.
Hamish Painter just taking a rest. He's worked really hard in his second term.
He has. One of their hardest workers in the whole Macleod outfit, Hamish Painter. He goes really hard.
Thrown up, 45 out. Sayers with the tap down. Rogadani trying to win it at ground level. Reed Grant cops a big bump. Ball again just locked inside that forward 50, and we'll have another stoppage. 26 and a half minutes gone. Eltham 9-6-60 to Macleod 5-3-33. They've kicked 4 goals in this quarter. Macleod done very well. Ball thrown up again. Still locked just in front of Macleod's goal, about 20 metres out directly in front. We'll have another stoppage. Plenty of plays around this one. Eltham don't want to concede again, but they might here, and they do for Matty Yarwood. Crucial goal to Yarwood with just a minute and 20 seconds left in the first half. So Matty Yarwood takes Macleod's score to 6-3-39. They still trail Eltham 9-6-60. They brought it back to 21 points.
Well, they've more than halved that lead, haven't they? It was 45 points into 21. We mentioned a couple of minutes ago, Eltham, wouldn't they love to take a 34-point advantage into half-time? Now it's 21, and Macleod really charging back at them here with 4 consecutive goals, 2 to Reed Brandt, Justin White, and now that one there through Yarwood, right on the knock of half-time. Could they possibly get another one? They've got the momentum here at the moment. Didn't get one down by Andy Ruckman on that occasion, but the last goal kicker, Yarwood, they're sweeping around the back of the contest, and he kicks it long to half forward. They don't know how long there is to go. There's under a minute, but if they are going to get a goal, they're going to have to move it quickly. Doherty to Bottomley. Bottomley inside to Scooter White, who dropped what he should have taken. Would have been a chance. Now John Andrew, he swings after that piece of play. Now Reed Brandt's going to get a goal. The swing kick from John Andrew just bounced up and favoured Reed Brandt nicely and didn't favour his direct opponent there on the goal line. And he's got his third, Reed Brandt, and suddenly it's back to 15 points. You'd almost feel that they've changed jumpers, wouldn't you? I mean, how Eltham was dominating in that first 40 minutes. Well, Macleod just done the opposite here. They're just winning all the ball from the midfield, from the centre square. They're pumping it forward. Their forwards are getting the footy and getting it long, and it might have been a kind bounce, that one there, but Reed Brandt was in the right place at the right time. He kicked 3 goals for the quarter, and he's keeping his side in this contest. Just 15 points in it now. Macleod 7-3-45, Eltham 9-6-60, and St Panthers, who are desperate for half-time. Well, 15 points is the margin. It was 45. They've brought it back by 30, Macleod, and Eltham have just gone to sleep in these last 8 or so minutes of the second term. Macleod will have momentum heading into the second half. Hobbs, there's still a bit to go here in the second term. They delivers long inside forward 50. Caulfield gets there first though for Eltham. Dances around White, did very well. And rebounds now up to the wing. Front position there was Bianchin, kicks it off the boot out of mid-air. And that turned out to be really good because it fell into the hands of Yarwood. It goes inside the forward 50. A big leap out the back from Brandt, couldn't bring it down. He held it 3/4 of the way and then dropped it over the boundary line, and it's going to be a throw-in. Still 22 seconds left here in this first half. A chance still for Macleod to get another one, and could cut it back to a 9-point margin if they could snag a late one here. They've already snagged a couple, and going hard up there is DePallo. Won it down Taglieri, wrapped up straight away. They might get out of this here. Eltham, Glasgow's kick is long towards the boundary, and it's out of bounds on the full, so it's going to be a Macleod ball. Do they have enough time? It's just 11 seconds left on the clock. Long kick inside 40. Need a big mark. High one up towards full forward. Can a high fly go? Sayers, got his hands to it. They're going to have to kick it right now. Handball back. Now it's Schubert. He got wrapped up by Woods. Eltham will get away with it. Caulfield down in the middle. Siren's going to go. And it is a 15-point ball game here at halftime. A really intriguing contest after Eltham ran away and blitzed the opening quarter and a bit against Macleod. Macleod have really come back hard here late in this second quarter. And as I said, back to 15 points. Great ball game we're witnessing here. I think it's probably been the best game we've seen as a radio game. You fast, free-flowing footy, but also when the ball's been there to win in the clinches, neither side has shirked the contest. And at half-time, it's the Panthers by 15 points. While they would have taken that, Tommy, at the start of the day. They're probably disappointed now after Macleod kicked the last 5 goals of the second quarter. Reed Brand has kicked 3 for the afternoon. Shane Doherty, John Andrew and Matty Yarwood, the other goal kickers for Macleod. Also Justin White. And for the Eltham Footy Club, well, James Christopher had 4 in pretty much no time. Just shortly after quarter time, he kicked his 4th. And then singles each to Lewis Glasgow, Braden Taglieri, Billy Glasgow, Anton Woods and Josh Merkel. But a sensational opening half of football as we go around the grounds. Of course, plenty of action going on in the Northern Football League this afternoon. And you can keep up with all the scores here on the Match of the Day broadcast at half-time. It's Northcote Park, 9 goals, 862. They lead Lower Plenty 5-1-31. Of course, the Cougars looking to keep their unbeaten streak at home intact. They're looking for a 3rd win at Bill Laurie, and at the moment they're 31 points in the clear at half-time against Lower Plenty. Montmorency, 9-3-57. They now lead West Preston Lakeside 8-3-51. Heidelberg's fallen behind Greensborough 6-3-39 to Greensborough 7-2-44. And Bundura's broken clear of North Heidelberg 9 goals 12-66 to the Doggies 5-5-35. Division 2 at quarter time it was Fitzroy Stars 2-5-17 to Whittlesea 3-3-21. Hopefully have an update there shortly. Mernda is ahead at half time 7-3-45 to Thomastown 6-8-44. 1 point in it there. That is of course an undefeated side playing a side without a win, and yet it's Mernda at Norton 4 who lead by 1 point. Laylaw is now behind Panton Hill 9-2-56 to 7-3-45. The Redbacks having a big second term there to take an 11-point advantage, and Hurstbridge is 5-7-37, still trailing Diamond Creek 8-7-55, 18 points in it there. In Division 3, Heidelberg West, well, another undefeated side ahead of a side without a win. It's Heidelberg West 6-3-39, Watsonia 5-8-38. Reservoir 7-2-44 leads Van